Yes, I'm here with LL, the anonymous LL, and we are going to summarize the Grimm Brothers story, The Knapsack, the Hat, and the Horn, and then discuss it.
So the story starts with three brothers living in poverty, and it gets to the point where they have nothing to eat and drink. So they tell themselves that it's time to head out and try to find a way out of the poverty. So they go into a forest and they find a hill made out of silver. And I think one of the eldest brother, he decides that he's found what he wants and that he's satisfied with the silver. So he takes as much silver from the hill as he can and he goes back home. But then the other two brothers, they decide to keep going to see if they can find something even better. So they keep walking and then um, they come across another hill, and this time it's made out of gold. So the second eldest decides that he's satisfied and he takes as much gold as he can into his pockets and he decides to go back home. And this leaves the third brother. He decides that silver and gold aren't enough for him. He says that they don't move him. So he's going to keep on walking through the forest. And he keeps walking and walking, and he runs out of food and water to drink. And
Mm.
so he decides to climb up a tree to see how much he has to go further. And he sees that it's endless. And as far as he could see, there's still forest. But he still wishes to keep going, but he's his body is kind of failing from a lack of food. Um, so when he climbs down, he's wishing for food, and he once he's down, he sees that uh, there's actually like food comes out. There's like a tablecloth with food laid out, and it's actually a feast. And he's astounded that his wish has been fulfilled, and he just doesn't question it. And he eats his fill of the food and takes the tablecloth with him. So yeah, he takes the tablecloth with him, and he's continuing on to his journey to find something greater than the gold and silver. And he comes across a charcoal burner. Um, and the charcoal burner, they greet each other, and the charcoal burner offers to have potatoes with him that he's roasting on the fire, or the charcoal. And the traveler, he tells him that he has uh, actually something better, and he takes out his little cloth and wishes for a feast. And the charcoal burner is impressed and eats from the tablecloth. And once they're finished eating, the charcoal burner tells him that he would like to exchange something for the tablecloth. And he tells him that he has an old knapsack. And if he hits the knapsack, six soldiers come and they do whatever bidding he wishes.
Mm.
So the traveler accepts and he gives the charcoal burner the tablecloth. But once he takes the knapsack, he tests it to make sure that it does as the charcoal burner says. And it does. So like he calls upon the six soldiers and he sends them back to the charcoal burner to get the tablecloth back. Uh, so they accomplish that, and now he has the knapsack and the tablecloth, and he keeps going into the forest. And he comes across a second charcoal burner, and it's similar. Like the burner offers him potatoes without the drippings they specify. And the charcoal burner once again says that he has a feast, and he takes out the tablecloth, and the charcoal burner again is impressed and offers him a hat. And I think the hat's powers are that if he like spins the hat, uh, I think cannons come out or unleash.
Yeah, fire.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
he turns the hat on his head.
hmm So they complete the exchange, but once again, the traveler, I think he uses the soldiers again against
Mm.
the struggle burner, and they retrieve the tablecloth back. So now he has the cloth, the knapsack, and the hat. Um, and he finally comes across the third charcoal burner, and this one all has a horn. It's the same kind of exchange happens, but for the horn this time. And the horn makes it so that walls and fortifications come crashing down. Um, so they do the exchange again, and he once again uses the soldiers against this burner. So now he has all three magical items back, and the knapsack and the tablecloth. Uh, and now he doesn't seem to know what to do, so he goes back home. And by the time he gets back home, his brothers had used the gold and silver to build themselves a fancy home, and they're prosperous. Um, but when they see him, they see that he looks like a beggar with an old knapsack, a hat, and the horn, and they reject him. Um, I think they don't believe that he's their brother.
That's
Um,
right. Yeah.
so
Yeah,
that angers.
they think their brother would come back all decked out and, obviously rich, famous, I mean rich and prosperous,
Mhm.
glorious.
Yeah, this angers the third brother, and he decides to use his knapsack against his brothers. So he calls upon the soldiers, and he uses uh the horn the horn and the hat against them too, and he destroys their house. And, and it's such a disturbance that others try to help the brothers, but they can't get through to help really.
Yeah.
So the news reaches the king and he sends his forces over there, but they're not successful either. Um, the traveler then uses uh, the position he's in to demand that the king give him his princess as a wife in order to for the king to still keep his crown. So the king agrees and they have a wedding, but only the princess isn't happy about it, of course, and she's upset that she's marrying someone of low status. Uh,
Yeah. And who
so,
wore such a shabby hat and an old knapsack?
mhm. So yeah, she starts plotting to get out of the her situation. So on their wedding night, she's beside him and she complains about the knapsack, saying that it's ugly and disfigures him. And he explains to her that the knapsack is special and that it gives him powers. Um, so she kind of seduces him, and when he's not paying attention, she runs away with the knapsack, and she commands the soldiers from the knapsack to run him off. Um, so yeah, they chase him out of the castle, and but luckily his hat saves him. So he uses the hat and starts unleashing the cannons. Um, and once this happens, the princess realizes she can't win right now. So she kind of begs him to stop and uh, says that she loves him and gets back on his good side again. Um, so yeah, they're back together and I think she fools him again. And this time she steals the hat too with the cannons and tries to use it against him. And I think this third time, he is so angry that he uses the horn, and the horn knocks down the castle and kills the king and the princess. And um, and I think not just the castle, but just the towns and the villages, they're all destroyed. And since there's no one left against him, he makes himself king of the whole country.